wonderful job I have to sit here every week and just, whoa, look at me. Oh, okay, I'll take those off.
Gorgeous.
That was inappropriate, wasn't it, sir?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you. It is, of course, Phil Hartman of Saturday Night Live. That's right. Please, people, come on. And let us be honest tonight. I don't think there's a person out there who would disagree with this statement that Phil Hartman might be the only person that they have on Saturday Night Live worth tuning in for. Is that true or false? Am I right?
I wonder.
Think about that, though. Assessing the rest of the cast, don't you agree that they really are not up to your caliber?
I most certainly do.
No, and I'm being very serious about that. I'm trying to think who's even left. Dana
Do I
Carvey.
seem
You're very
frivolous?
talented. And
Well,
the point is that this is going to be your year on Saturday Night Live because there's really no one who has distinguished themselves. The audience only knows your name. I can't even think off the top of my head who is in the cast of Saturday Night Live besides
well,
you.
there's Jim Krell,
Now, who is that?
Tammy Damson,
And who is
Fred
that?
Marlowe.
And certainly we haven't heard of it. But there really is nobody, is there?
Well, look, Howard, the truth is
Yes.
that the show has never had higher ratings than it has had in the recent years with the influx of new, younger talent.
Is that right?
You know, I'll be 45 years old. I mean, I'm older than Aykroyd.
And what's interesting about you is that Saturday Night Live, you had the opportunity to join the cast in, what, 1980?
86.
86. And you turn it down because you have such a screwed-up personal life.
That's right.
You have so many marriages and so many different relationships that you actually turned down your opportunity to be a part of Saturday Night Live because of your second marriage. It was failing. True?
That's right. That's right.
And you, over a woman, you would turn down an opportunity like that?
Well, I just didn't want to move to New York. I didn't want to leave my little safe little haven in
Where
Hollywood.
was that? In Hollywood?
Well, I lived in Sherman Oaks, which is in the San Fernando Valley. I love the valley.
Yes.
I'm honorary sheriff of Encino, California. That's the
But
truth.
wait a second.
Yes, back to the...
Get back to a very
serious.
serious topic now. The fact that you were basically obscure, you had no fame, you are someone who wanted fame, you wanted to have a good living, you wanted to make a lot of money, I'm sure. The fact that you turned down Saturday Night Live is amazing to me. I would have taken my second wife and thrown her out the window. I literally would have. I mean, seriously. You mean she didn't want you to leave New York?
No, I didn't really turn it down. I didn't try to get a job. I didn't put myself into the audition process. I wasn't offered a job. And in fact, John Lovitz went on, he was a close friend of mine, and we had worked together at the Groundlings, and he went on the show when Lauren first came back in the 85-86 season. And I could have said, hey, John, get me in, you know, but I was trying to save the marriage, is the truth of it. We were separated and going through a lot of hazarai, and I just really wanted to, you know, save it. And then when I couldn't, boy, I was ready. Nothing I wanted more than to get out of Hollywood and go
you
to
felt
LA.
bad that you didn't become part of that process, that auditioning process. Here you had spent this year. And what is it about you that is so difficult to live with? Are you a tough mate? Are you a hard person? Your first marriage was what, to a model? You always marry models? Beautiful women.
Yes, I married beautiful women.
You marry beautiful women.
But I like smart women.
Smart, beautiful women.
And the truth is...
And you get married the first time, how old are you?
The first time I got married when I was 21.
21.
The second time I got married when I was 30.
Right.
And
what happens each time? What goes wrong?
What goes wrong is that I think that I know it all, and that and I marry women who get hysterical and extremely emotional. I think they're insane, and I haven't owned my own insanity, and I haven't seen, because of a lack of therapy and understanding, that, you know, women can be hostile and aggressive and emotional, and men often think that's wrong. What's wrong with them? They're not like me. I'm cool, calm, and collected, but I'm also passive-aggressive. I also create that.
You sound like a guy who's been in psychotherapy. True?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm with a woman now who won't take that kind of bull.
She won't take any of that.
No.
And in other words, and she is here with you, is she not?
Yes, she is.
And she's a beautiful model, is she not?
She
We
is.
will meet her later in the program, I understand. That is going to be, and I will sit next to her, and I will kiss her.
Yeah. No, she brought me out of a typical male neurotic mindset.
And why do you continue to get married? Why not just play the field? Now that you are successful career-wise, certainly women come on to you all the time. I'm sure at Saturday Night Live, the interns come on to you. Isn't that true? The girls.
Oh, yeah, lots of people come on to me.
They do.
Yeah.
They do, don't they?
And it's scary. You know, it's so frightening.
And they do come on to you.
Well, yes, and it's
and the temptation is always
there.
there.
The temptation is always there, yes.
Fascinating. We're getting a real look behind the scenes of Phil Hartman's life. It's just unbelievable what you learn on this show. So we get to Saturday Night Live. That's the big break. Before that, you were with Pee Wee Herman.
That's right.
You know, I have many Pee Wee questions. I want to understand, if you not only were you screwed up, but Pee Wee was screwed up, it turns out, right?
Well.
Yes. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Pee Wee years.
All right.
With Phil Hartman, right after these words. On the Howard Stern interview. We'll be right back.
Domestic violence is not new to Hollywood.
Dominique had pictures, just like Nicole Simpson did.
Dominique Dunn was the star of Steven Spielberg's Poltergeist. Her future seemed bright until she met him.
I felt that he could kill her.
His obsession, jealousy, and rage culminated in one night of terror.
This big man grabbed her by the neck and carried her into the next yard.
Her death, a tragedy. The trial, even more shocking.
Dominique Dunn, An American Tragedy. Tuesday at 8 Eastern and Pacific on the E! True Hollywood Story.
This is a demonstration of how people view you at Miller Time. Results based on studies using Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Rebecca Romaine. Your results may vary. Last weekend, millions of Americans experienced the adventure of Godzilla. Whoa! If you're not part of the phenomenon,
What are you waiting for?
you're on your own.
Wrong floor.
Come with me!
Come on, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Godzilla. Rated PG-13.
Come with me.
Now playing.
My dad always said,
As soon as I get a computer, you'll come out with something better.
so to make sure people like Dad always have the latest computer, we've invented YourWare, technology that grows with you. For just $49.95 a month, you get a computer with an Intel Pentium 2 processor, unlimited internet access, and you can trade it in toward a new one in 2 years.
What do you call this thing? Doorware.
Call 1-800-GATEWAY, and let's talk about YourWare.
Here with Phil Hartman from Saturday Night Live. And Phil says that this will probably be his last season on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, it will be, definitely. My 8th year.
Let me tell you something. I questioned that for a second, but let's take a look at your work on Saturday Night Live. This is you doing Bill Clinton. And not only is it great that you do Bill Clinton, but you could certainly have your job for the next 4 years and keep everyone happy because you do a good Bill Clinton impression.
That's true.
Right. But yet you're willing to walk away from it. I think this is a mistake. I'm going to tell you why. But first, take a look at this clip.
We've talked about many side issues tonight, but this election is really about one thing: change. Over the last 12 years, more and more Americans have found themselves working longer and harder for less and less. We need to invest in our people again, because together, all of us, pulling as a team, we can do it. Thank you.
And yeah, that's great. And who writers write that, or you have a lot to do with that bit?
The first few years I was on the show, I was also on staff as a writer, and I worked very hard, but I don't write so much anymore. It's too hard to do both, because on our show, you know, it's produced in a one-week compartment. We meet the host on Monday, we do the show on Saturday. If the writers burn themselves out the first half of the week,
Right.
and the actors burn themselves out the second half, and if you're doing both, particularly if you tend to be in a lot of sketches, which I'm sort of a utility guy, and they use me a lot. It's
They put
too
you in
much.
every sketch. You're being way too modest. They need to put you in every sketch because you carry the sketch. You
Well,
have
also-
a professionalism that the others don't have. That's the real truth. It is true. Now, there was an interesting offer put out to you that Jay Leno, when he took over The Tonight Show, said to you, I would like you to be my sidekick, which you turned down flat, right?
Yeah, I considered it. I really did, because nothing against New York. I like New York, but I love California. There's things about California that are in my blood, and I really just love it.
So then the plan is to leave Saturday Night Live and live in California and, like, try to keep active in movies.
No, I have no ambitions in film.
You've made enough money now that you can walk away from Saturday Night Live. See, this is the thing I question. You're onto a good thing. You're hot. You're successful from this. You could certainly, in the off-season, work in movies. And not only that, during the week, your schedule is pretty light now because you don't have to sit and write. Why would you walk away from that? I'm sure that the money has got to be incredible now from Saturday Night Live.
Well, the money is getting serious now, but,
Right.
you know, late-night comedy is in a different pay scale than prime time. And right now, I'm making the kind of money that someone would start at in prime time.
But you have such...
After 7 years.
But you have such confidence in your abilities that you do a lot of voiceovers on commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can walk away from this payday and you feel confident that you will be able to maintain that salary.
No, the truth is, I have a deal with NBC to do my own show in prime time.
Which you will do.
Yes.
And you're writing a sitcom?
I'm writing a pilot. It's not exactly a sitcom, but it will be done in front of an audience with 4 cameras. It's going to be very different and somewhat ambitious. Maybe its downfall, but I created a character years ago named Chick Hazard, who's sort of a Philip Marlowe type private eye.
Right.
And I want to do Chick Hazard stories, like a detective comic brought to life with Dick Tracy villains and monsters and science fiction and time machines.
And you can't do that while working on Saturday Night Live?
No.
And maintaining that. Why is that? I don't understand that. I do a radio show, television shows. I have a new book out. Where is my book? I want to present Phil. Well, look at this. I do it all. I have my new book, Howard Stern's Private Parts. Yes.
Is this the final cover you want?
Here it is, right here. I'll show you right here. Let me show you the final cover. There, I'm not sure if that's, but I got into shape for it. As you can see, my physique has never looked better.
Wow.
I've dropped 25 pounds, and it's at the bookstores. It's on Simon & Schuster. Look at that. And that's really what this show is all about, me getting to plug my own book.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But I wrote this book while doing a radio show and while doing television. Certainly.
You're a young man.
No, I'm not. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm 39 years old.
Well, I'm 45, and let's talk to me in 5 years.
And how is your prostate? Is it healthy?
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes. So when you meet Pee Wee Herman, that's the big break? Because Pee Wee puts you on HBO?
No, it was a turning point for me because I was at the Groundling Theater in Hollywood, and I was working as a graphic designer designing album covers, and I joined the Groundlings. I got into show business because it was fun.
You were designing album covers. Let's show one of your album covers. You designed this for the Beatles. Now, this was very innovative. Let me show it to you. This is the Beatles' White Album.
Yeah.
Phil Hartman designed that back in...
And at the time, it was considered a very advanced design.
It was. And you thought of that...
Uncluttered.
Right. Uncluttered, neat, clean.
Clean.
And you won many awards for that.
Many.
What do you mean album covers? What album do we know of that?
I did several for the group America, including their biggest-selling album, History.
Yeah.
Several for Poco, including their biggest-selling album, Legend, which was a drawing of a horse on a white background, and I designed their horseshoe logo. I designed the Crosby, Stills, and Nash logo, and I did some good stuff. And
Boy, you're such a braggart. Who knew you had all this? I mean, really, just bragging endlessly. Really, this is like your resume, for God's sake. Listen, let's take a break. I didn't get to the Pee Wee stuff. I'm fascinated. You know I want to learn about why Pee Wee masturbates in movie theaters.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? We're going to analyze that when we get back with Phil Hartman on the Howard Stern interview right here on E!
There's always something new at E! Online. This week in Q&A, Robert Redford speaks out about his new film, The Horse Whisperer. Take a peek at our salute to the top 10 TV moms of all time. And Seinfeld's Putty goes one-on-one with Wanda, queen of TV dish. Check out the transcripts. Plus, up-to-the-minute entertainment news, gossip, previews, and reviews, live webcasts, and cool interactive games. And click on MovieFinder.com for your complete movie connection. It's all on E! Online, now on AOL. Check it out.
Our bingo tournament is starting in 5 minutes on the captain's deck. Also on deck, today's craft is quite clear off the
critics call a perfect murder riveting, suspenseful, sexy, spellbinding. 4 stars. A Perfect Murder is a perfect movie. Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow are superb.
We're just another married couple trying to work things out.
A Perfect Murder.
I'll tell you when it's over.
Rated R. Sneak preview Saturday, May 30th. Starts Friday, June 5th everywhere.
He's one of Hollywood's hottest faces, but what keeps this funny man laughing? Jim Carrey Celebrity Profile, this Sunday at 6, only on E!
Why rent it? You've got it. We have it all for you on pay-per-view. Daniels Cablevision introduces digital cable offering 29 pay-per-view channels, and hit movies are now only $2.99. Now you can order from your easy chair right through your TV with the Navigator on-screen TV guide. Top new releases start every 30 minutes, so catch all the fun, action, and romance without going to the video store. Order now and receive 3 free pay-per-view coupons. Call 760-931-7000.
Yeah. We've got the song called Home is Where My Harley Is that we'll be playing at the 95th reunion for Harley. On that wide open road where I feel right at home. Because home is where my Harley is. Because home is where my Harley is. You know, you can almost hear a motorcycle going when you play it. Well, I like it because it rocks. Very music. Summertime. Woo!
All right. Who's here? Phil Hartman of Saturday Night Live, soon to leave Saturday Night Live. Yeah, this I don't think is the right move, but okay, listen, he's got to do what he's got to do. We're going to meet his wife later on, beautiful ex-model. You don't allow her to model? Is that it? Is that the problem?
She can do whatever she wants.
She does whatever she wants. Boy, she's really got you trained, doesn't she? And you are so multi-talented. I'm about to talk to you about Pee Wee Herman, but first, these are all of the accents that you do. You do a lot of them. You're like the Sid Caesar
I don't see
of the
Japanese up there.
Do you do Japanese?
Yes.
How does that go?
It is a pleasure to be here, Mr. Stern.
And then German is what?
Well, it's wonderful to be here, Howard. I'll be back.
Right, that's good. French?
No, it's an amazing thing to be here. I love you so much, Howard. Your hair is beautiful, look.
Yes. And Russian?
Why don't you?
And Brooklyn?
I gotta tell you, it's terrific to be here, Howard.
And Cockney?
Cockney is, that's right, Mike. If you want to speak like Michael Caine, you can only say a few words at a time.
And now this is interesting. Scottish?
I don't have to take that from you, Howard.
That's a good one. And Eskimo?
Ookluck, get out there and kill that seal.
And finally, you do an impression of me or no? You do.
Robin, what's with this guy?
There it is.
I don't know.
Excellent. Now, were you shocked when you saw that Pee Wee Herman had been arrested in a Sarasota movie theater masturbating behind, I guess he was sitting behind some people or something? Or they,
yeah, I mean, I was...
Were you shocked?
Well, I was shocked it didn't happen in a McDonald's or something like that.
But you're a good friend of Pee Wee's, right?
Yes.
So what do you make of this? I mean, to me, this is unusual behavior. I know a lot of people have excused it, but I still have not excused this behavior. You know me, I thought Pee Wee deserved a prison sentence over this.
Yeah.
I really did. I wasn't kidding.
Yes, it's deviant behavior.
I have gone to porno theaters, and quite frankly, I would not want someone behind me making love like that, and perhaps God knows what would happen to me, to the back of my head. I don't know. I was not interested in that. So I think that really it's unusual for a big celebrity like that to do something like this. And you called him afterwards?
No, I've never discussed it with him.
Never?
No.
But you've spoken to him since the incident?
Yes.
And casually, you never say, gee, Pee Wee, it's very unusual that something like this would happen.
In truth, I've spoken with him a few times since the incident, and what happened was I did the Costas show, and Costas asked me about Paul Rubens. And it wasn't in our pre-interview, and I spoke about him, and Paul called me, and we had been estranged for really since I started Saturday Night Live.
Estranged?
Yeah, just not talking.
For any particular reason? You're at odds with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why? Because you felt you helped develop the Pee Wee Playhouse and you never received credit or money for it. Is that correct?
Well, that's part of it, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You were one of the creators of that.
Yes.
And Pee Wee took that show, took it to CBS, made a lot of money off it, and you felt that, wait a second, where am I in this?
Well, all of us who created the original stage show that that was an HBO special. It played at the Roxy Theater in the summer of '81. We had a contract that said that we get 3% of whatever happens with this show.
Right.
And then I went on and I co-wrote Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Paul, and I worked with him on that. A
huge movie.
Yeah. And then he decided to do the TV show, and all of us were
out.
Out.
And you certainly were a creator of all of this.
Yes, I created the Captain Carl character. I wrote a lot of the scenes.
And you called him probably and said, hey, Pee-wee, what's the deal? Paul, what's the deal?
Well, in truth, I didn't.
Your agent did?
Nobody did.
Nobody did?
Nobody challenged him about it.
I see. You didn't feel comfortable, but you certainly could have legally. You could have taken him to court.
Yes, I could have. Yes.
But
and a lot of people have.
I would have taken that son of a gun to court. He wouldn't have known what hit him. He would have been tied up in litigation for the next 10 years. I'm not as giving as Phil Hartman. But, you know, the truth is everybody was in love with Paul Rubens and his talent, and I still remain a great admirer of his. Right.
And he was such a gifted performer. Pee-wee was just one of several fully realized characters that he did. And he called me recently after not speaking to him for several months.
Right.
And he said, you know, I just wanted to say I've never acknowledged, you know, your success, and I wanted to congratulate you.
Oh,
now,
nice. Yeah, hey, listen, how about acknowledging Pee-wee with a couple of dollars for creating that Pee-wee's Playhouse? That's more of an acknowledgement. I tell you, I'd rip his throat out. But, no, you're very nice about that. So now you are not estranged from him anymore. You would feel comfortable seeing him.
The lines of communication have been open. He's going to be upset that I mentioned him at all.
Oh,
on this show.
I brought it up. Phil, you have nothing to worry about.
It wasn't pre-planned, Pee-wee.
No, yes, it was, Pee-wee. And
Pee-wee, put that thing down and watch the movie.
Exactly. God knows what Pee-wee's doing. There you go. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back with Phil Hartman, we are going to meet your beautiful third wife, the wife that you will spend eternity with. True?
That's right.
All right, right after these words.
The attitude, the look, the drive.
We've come a long way.
Playmates of the 90s aren't just sexy, they're successful.
They are still the girl next door. But the neighborhood is a little more upscale than it was before.
But it isn't just all work and no play.
It's like naughty.
Find out how the gorgeous girls at Playboy have fun and get what they want.
You can be a smart businesswoman, and you can also take your clothes off in a magazine.
The Playmates of the 90s premieres this Sunday at 7 Eastern and Pacific, only on E!
They imprisoned a child.
Truman, that's off limits!
Why? What's over there?
They created a lie.
Cue the sun.
They controlled a life.
I'm Truman Burbank.
I'm not allowed to talk to you.
And they called it
I've been your best friend since we were 7 years old, Truman.
And the last thing I'd ever do
is lie to you.
entertainment.
Now, going close. I think I'm mixed up in something. Everybody seems to be in on it.
He's not a performer. He's a prisoner. Look at what you've done to him.
Don't tell me what's happening. I'll report you!
It's the movie Newsweek calls the #1 film of the summer.
He's gone.
One of the all-time great films.
Give me some lightning.
An incredible movie.
We can't let him die in front of a live audience. He was born in front of a live audience.
Jim Carrey is a revelation. It's the movie of the decade.
Transmission.
The Truman Show, rated PG. June 5th, everywhere.
My dad always said,
As soon as I get a computer, you'll come out with something better.
so to make sure people like Dad always have the latest computer, we've invented Yourware, technology that grows with you. For just $49.95 a month, you get a computer with an Intel Pentium 2 processor, unlimited internet access, and you can trade it in toward a new one in 2 years.
What do you call this thing? Yourware.
Call 1-800-GATEWAY, and let's talk about Yourware.
His voice, his charm, his style.
Frank didn't take any crap from anybody.
Frank Sinatra had everything,
She wrapped those long legs around him. He was a happy Italian.
including access to the White House and connections to the mob.
He had people that would do anything to satisfy him, even kill.
From Hoboken to Hollywood, Frank did it his way.
He had something, boy. Yeah. Oh, he had balls.
Frank Sinatra, tomorrow at 9 Eastern and Pacific on the E! True Hollywood Story.
Hey, look at that. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now, certainly, this marriage cannot...
Where am I going to go?
All right, yeah. Wow.
Look what I got at home.
Phil Hartman, you are a very lucky man, are you not? I mean,
Yes,
look,
I am.
your beautiful wife, Brynn. Even your name is unusual and beautiful. Brynn. As in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania?
Exactly.
Is that really true?
No.
Is that... Brynn is your name?
No, Brynn is a nickname.
Oh, but that is the sexiest of names, isn't it?
Thank you.
And you meet Phil Hartman, did you meet when he was already famous on Saturday Night Live?
No.
So you actually love him?
I actually love him just for him.
And you were a professional model?
I did some modeling.
Where did we see you in magazines? In Playboy ever?
No.
No, you would never work nude.
Never did nude.
You never did nude. But what did you do? Swimsuits? Lingerie?
Did a lot of swimsuits.
Because
she
you
was
have a body.
She was a runway model for swimsuits.
Oh,
Catalina
my
swimsuits.
God, I can't imagine you. I mean...
Because I know you're a good man, I really wish I could show you my wife's body, because
I swear to... Would you ever let me... Wouldn't that be great?
Well, we're fans of Howard.
Yes.
We don't normally do this sort of thing.
Would that be acceptable?
We could work out some kind of trade.
You would never show me your body, would you? If it's only Phil.
Well, in a bikini.
In a bikini, I could... If
I didn't bring one.
If I invited you to my house, you would sit by the pool and swim?
Sure.
Well, that would certainly be enough. But you are beautiful. You cannot weigh more than 110 pounds. Am I correct?
No, I'm 120.
You are 120, but you are what? 6 feet 7 tall? I mean, how tall are you? You are what? You are very tall.
5'9".
You are 5'9". That is my favorite height. This is the height all women should be. And so you would be...
Howard loves my wife.
I do.
Howard loves my wife.
Let me ask you a question, Phil. And let me ask you, Brynn. I have not kissed you hello. Would that be inappropriate to kiss you hello?
I wish, honey.
Could I
please
kiss your wife
Howard?
hello? Brynn, would it be... do you find me repulsive?
No.
She loves you. Are
She
you
does,
kidding?
really?
I love
She gets
you.
up every morning
I think
with
I'm
the
as
baby.
attractive, certainly, as Phil.
I forced my 5-year-old to listen to your show every
That is very, very good parenting.
Yeah.
All right, now, so I can kiss you. Can I kiss you hello? On the lips?
Of course.
That would be all right?
Yes.
You would not be upset by that?
No, I'll be watching the watch.
No, but I mean, just would that be okay, Brynn?
Well, what do you mean?
First of all, you know I'm healthy because I have only made love to the same woman for 19 years, so my lips are virginal. I have no herpes. I have no venereal diseases.
Your eyes look very clear.
My eyes are clear. It would be simply a friendly kiss, would it not?
Well, a friendly kiss is fine.
All right, let us
Be
begin the
flattered.
kissing process. I'm going to kiss you on the lips if it's okay with you and if it's okay with Phil.
Yes, it certainly.
All right, here we go. We held out way too long.
See?
How did you feel about that?
I love you both. What
I
can
think
I
she's
say?
cheating on you the way she went for me. I really do. But
No, she's a huge fan of yours.
she is. And how did you meet? Did you go to? Did you go look
A
for a
producer introduced us.
A friend of ours.
Yeah, I was
introduced us.
writing a screenplay for a man named Victor Dre.
Right.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor. And Brynn was a friend, and she said there are no
I was
nice guys in
complaining
Hollywood.
that there's no
Oh,
nice
come on.
guys.
Listen, if he screws up this marriage, then there's something wrong with him.
Oh,
Did
no
you ever meet the
kidding.
other two wives?
No.
Were they ever? Were they as,
Talked to Gretchen on the phone. Never wanted to meet the second one.
Were they as beautiful as Brynn? No, not in her league. I can't imagine leaving her. I would be satisfied with her, completely satisfied, no matter how famous I was. Phil Hartman, a great season on Saturday Night Live this year. We hope you have a lot of success with that new TV series, even though I don't think you should do it. I think you should stick with Saturday Night Live, do some films and commercials and this kind of thing.
You don't need kids. You need me.
Oh. Yeah, that's You've got kids of your own.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need any then.
Hey, you would take care of me. I'd be your kid.
That's right. You're the only child
Yeah.
she'd need. He'd be a handful, wouldn't he, Robin?
Yes, I would. I keep you
You know,
busy.
you handle him every day.
Yeah.
You don't want that job. And you do a good job at it, I have to tell you.
I have a child between my legs right now that you can take care of.
He's growing. Howard.
And he's growing every minute.
Discipline.
Yeah, this kid needs discipline. And you can cuddle with him. It'd be great. Trust me. I hear Carol Alt is here.
I will go greet her.
Now, hold on. I got to get myself dressed. Wait a second. I want to look good for her.
Addicted to
What I'm going to do is put on my sunglasses and put on my shirt.
Oh, you don't think she'll like you this way?
No. I think the less she sees of me, the better she'll like me. Good choice. I know, I don't look great.
He's getting ready for you, Carol.
Is he getting ready for me? I heard he's putting on his hockey jersey.
Yeah, he's putting on his shades and stuff.
He knows what turns me on.
He's got to dress up special for you.
Is that what it is? Dress special for you, actually. Sounded more like you wanted to cover up.
Would you rather him keep his tank top, stay in his tank top?
Nah, take it off.
You want him without a shirt?
Oh, sure.
Howard, are you ready for it?
No, I'm still dressing.
Another hour.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Yeah, I'm trying to dial my